What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Mrs.Kelli Travel Spiritually, and on this channel, I help people awaken to the awareness around them. Don't forget to press that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and come back to see me. Today, I want to tell you, there are no coincidences in this universe. Everything is happening in divine timing. So if you are here right now, you are here for a reason. It wasn't just by chance that you stumbled across this video. You came here for a reason. Whatever that reason is, you can find out today in this video. There are no coincidences in this universe. Everything is always happening for a reason, and everything is happening in the divine timing that it should be happening. So if you walk outside and all of a sudden break your leg, everything's happening for a reason. There's a reason behind it, whether you understand it right then and there or not, or you'll understand it more in time. You know what I'm saying? Everything is happening for a reason. See, we always go through life thinking that it was a coincidence that we ran into this such and such person here at this time, or it was a coincidence that we started dating this certain person at this certain time in life. There is no coincidence. It's happening for a reason, whether there's a lesson for you to learn, or maybe you can grow from this person, or you guys can grow from each other. Whatever the purpose is, there is a reason behind it. It's happening in divine timing. The universe has no coincidences. You get what I'm saying? I actually want to jump into a story I want to tell you guys today, because it was something that it was very interesting to me on how I actually stopped smoking cigarettes when I was not even awakened. But before I jump into that, I want to tell you this. The reason why I got that story, I want to tell you that story, is because something happened and there was no coincidence behind it. It happened for a reason. It actually helped change my life in that moment when it actually happened. But before that, let me tell you something. I used to, before I was even awakened, so you don't have to be awakened to be receiving signs from the universe. You get what I'm saying? You're always receiving signs, whether you are accepting them or you're just on autopilot and ignoring them, or you do know that you have a choice from whatever you received versus whatever you're comfortable doing or whatever you want to go with. I always knew that when I received something, I didn't know what I was receiving, but I always knew, like, hey, you need to go ahead and leave this place right now. And you know what? I followed that. And when later on something happened at that place that I was at, but I was able to miss all the stuff that I did not need to be around because I left, because I followed my intuition. Your intuition is always leading you the way, whether you are awakened or not. The difference is when you are awakened, you are able to know that that is your intuition. You are able to know that that is your higher self, guiding you and leading the way. You are always being given signs all the time. The choice is yours to follow those signs or reject them all together in one. And that's why I want to tell you this little story, because I wasn't awakened when this happened to me, but it was something that really changed my life. So sometimes those signs that you are receiving intuitively or from someone, or whenever you're being guided, hey, you need to leave away from this place right now. Look back and see what happened after you actually follow the sign, and see what happens after you actually do it. Whether it keeps you safe from something that's going to go on at that given place, at that given moment, or it's something that's going to lead you somewhere else. You get what I'm saying? But the universe is always working for you. The universe is always sending you signs all the time. So you don't have to be woke to know that. You just be wise and follow them. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I like to say, don't ever get comfortable, because there are no coincidences in this universe. Okay, so I used to smoke cigarettes like for 14, 15 years straight. I loved my cigarettes. When people would tell me, you need to slow down, you need to stop smoking, I wasn't trying to hear nothing of what they were saying. At times, I really did receive like the feeling, the intuitive feeling, hey, you need to slow down. And I still didn't listen to it. You see what I'm saying? How we can listen or we don't listen. Well, I didn't listen, right? Even though I knew it was something I probably needed to do. I wasn't trying to hear it. Well, over time, I kept smoking and smoking, and I picked up a habit to where I was smoking a lot, to where it got so bad smoking these cigarettes that I would literally be smoking almost a pack a day. Then I'd go buy another pack and fill them up so that my fiance wouldn't notice how much cigarettes I've smoked, because he was someone that can maybe smoke one or two but not to get addicted to it. But me, it doesn't mean everything that I did I would get addicted to it, and cigarettes was one of my addictions. And man, I tell you, those are some bad things to do, man. I never had been on an inhaler, had any type of breathing problems until I started smoking these things. I had walking pneumonia, all the weirdest things, and I'm still trying to smoke a cigarette. Can't breathe. Probably about to feel like I felt like I was gonna die and shit, and I'm still smoking these cigarettes. You know, it's a very addicting habit, and it's very hard to quit. And I always used to carry this fear because in my family, you know, cancer runs in the family. And then cancer started becoming a big thing as I began to grow up. So I always had this feeling, this little fear like I was going to catch cancer. And I always had that feeling before I would smoke cigarettes. So then later on, as I continued smoking cigarettes, you know, as my habit getting worse, I started getting this little feeling again. Hey, you're going to catch cancer if you don't stop smoking this. And I started having problems with my throat and stuff. And I was like, hey, you're going to catch cancer if you don't stop smoking this. But I still didn't listen to it. I kept smoking my cigarettes and smoking my cigarettes. Well, in time, as time went on, one day, years after like 15 years of smoking cigarettes, one day I walked into a store. And this elderly guy, he saw me buy my cigarettes, which at this time, I was smoking Camel menthols. I smoked Cools. I smoked Newports. I tried them all. At this time, I was smoking Camel menthols because they always had a discounted coupon. And I needed that since I was smoking so many packs. It was becoming an expensive habit. Well, I walked in the store, got my cigarettes, and this guy, he just waited behind me. And as soon as I purchased my cigarettes, he said, hey, do you smoke those cigarettes? And I said, yeah. And he was like, those cigarettes caused me to get throat cancer. And I was like, oh, wow, really? And he was like, yeah. He said, I just wanted to tell you that. And I said, well, I appreciate that. I walked out the store and I never felt the same again. That was no coincidence that this guy told me that these cigarettes, these particular ones at that, caused him to get throat cancer. Remind you, I was getting problems with my throat. I was always having a fear of cancer. And this guy tells me that. Now, this is my last chance, I felt like. If I don't stop smoking these things, this is what's going to happen to me. And I felt like that was my last chance. The universe was giving me this sign. No, I was not awakened at all, but I knew that it was time to do something different. You feel me? The thing is, right after I left out of there and I thought of all that, I smoked my cigarettes, my last pack, and I never smoked a cigarette again. And now I am about 3 years clean from cigarettes today, and I've never felt so much healthier. You know, thankfully that my lungs didn't collapse on me from all that cigarette smoking stuff, and I'm able to breathe better, and I healed all that, you know, parts of me from what I ruined in my body from them cigarettes. I'm so grateful that I didn't ruin more, and I'm grateful I was able to stop and listen to the sign. That's the difference. Like, sometimes when I would ignore my signs when I wasn't awakened, I always knew when that last chance came, that last sign, I knew it was the last sign I was going to receive to whatever it was I was facing in my life, and I knew that I needed to follow it. So that's why I wanted to share the story with you guys and let you know that there are no coincidences in this universe. Everything is happening in divine timing. If you walk into a store today and somebody tells you something that resonates to you, don't think that was a coincidence. It was not. It is happening in divine time. It is happening for a reason. So make sure you are following the signs that you get given to you in your life. You don't have to be awakened to know you're getting these signs. I know you're getting them. I've been there myself, you know. So you're always receiving signs. Like I said, the difference is when you awaken, you are more aware of what these signs mean to you, or that you are receiving a message, you know. So there are no coincidences in this universe. And I hope you guys liked this story that I came to share with you today. It was something I really wanted to share with you guys because that was really powerful in my life. It was a powerful moment in my life, and it helped me stop because it was time. I love you guys, man. Y'all come back to see me because Miss Kelly Travel Spiritually is checking out.